The story opens in a small yet vibrant town of Patiala, in a modest high school filled with youthful energy and everyday routine. Among the many students is a quiet, soft-spoken boy named Lally, a science student who seems lost in his own little world. Every morning, he rides his worn-out bicycle to school, keeps to himself, avoids crowds, and carries a deep, thoughtful look in his eyes, as if he's searching for something beyond books and classrooms. One ordinary day, everything changes. While sitting in the school lawn, Lally's eyes fall upon Heer, a lively, artistic girl with sparkling eyes, flowing hair, and a laughter that dances in the air. She's an art student, full of life and confidence. That one glance becomes a moment Lally will never forget. It's as if the world slows down, and everything fades, except her. From that day on, Heer unknowingly becomes the center of Lally's universe. He begins to wait in corridors, walk past her class accidentally, linger near the canteen hoping to catch a glimpse. He writes hidden poetry in his notebook about her, imagining conversations, creating a space where only she exists. He doesn't speak to her, but his silence says everything. Heer, at first, doesn't notice him. But gradually, Lally's quiet presence, his shy glances, and gentle aura start pulling at her curiosity. She starts catching him watching her, always from a distance, never intrusive, always respectful. One day, when Heer drops her book and Lally picks it up for her, their eyes meet. It's a fleeting glance, but in that second, something unspoken passes between them, a spark, a seed of something real. From then on, small interactions begin. Heer teases him lightly, Lally shyly smiles in response. They meet on the school rooftop, share brief moments in the hallway, and their connection deepens in the simplest ways. Lally leaves her a rose near her desk one morning. She notices, smiles, but says nothing. It's a dance of silent affection, gentle, honest, and unhurried. Lally falls deeply in love, not with the idea of Heer, but with her real self, her voice, her laughter, the way she tucks her hair behind her ear. He begins to dream not of grand gestures, but of walking beside her in silence, of sitting on that school bench just listening to her talk. Heer, too, begins to change. The loud, carefree girl now waits for someone in the corridor. She reads the poetry Lally accidentally left behind in the library. And slowly, unknowingly, she begins to fall too. It's a love untouched by words. A love that speaks in glances, in shared silences, in the rhythm of two hearts quietly aligning. In a world full of noise, their story starts in the stillness between the school bells. As Lally and Heer's bond deepens, their innocent love begins to bloom like a secret flower in the cracks of a harsh world. But outside the walls of their school, life is not as kind or dreamy. Their love, though pure, begins to face the bitter truth of society, family, and class. Heer belongs to an influential family. Her uncle, the Lover Singh, is a powerful and fearsome man known for his pride, authority, and control over the family. He believes in power, social status, and arranged alliances. When he starts noticing Heer's distracted behavior and learns about her growing attachment to Lally, he explodes with rage. In his eyes, Lally is a nobody, a poor boy with no status, no name, and no future. Heer's family begins to pressure her. They accuse her of bringing shame. The Lover Singh arranges her engagement to a wealthy politician's son, seeing it as an opportunity to strengthen family ties and reputation. Heer tries to resist, tries to explain that her heart already belongs to someone else, but her words fall on deaf ears. Her emotions are treated as rebellion, her love as immaturity. On the other side, Lally faces his own battles. His parents, already struggling financially, warn him to stay away from trouble. His mother pleads, love doesn't feed empty stomachs. Lally, caught between family duty and heartfelt love, feels suffocated but remains unshaken in his feelings for Heer. As their secret meetings become rare and risky, Lally and Heer begin to write notes instead, hidden letters filled with promises, pain, and longing. They plan small escapes, meeting at old bookshops, deserted rooftops, under rain-drenched trees. In those fleeting moments, they find peace. But reality always returns. One evening, as Lally waits near Heer's home, the lover's men ambush him. He's beaten, bruised, and warned never to come near Heer again. Bloodied but not broken, Lally drags himself home, more determined than ever. For him, this isn't just love anymore, it's a battle for dignity, for truth, for survival. Heer, on the other side, is locked inside her home. Her phone is taken, her letters burned. But her spirit remains alive. She looks out her window every evening, hoping to catch a glimpse of Lally. She doesn't cry in front of her family, but she writes Lally's name with her finger on the foggy glass. Lally, recovering from his wounds, writes one final letter and leaves it where Heer used to walk every morning. In it, he writes, "They can break my bones, lock you behind walls, but they can't unwrite the story written on our hearts. Wait for me, Heer. I'll come, not with flowers this time, but with fire." The stakes have changed. Their love is no longer a sweet secret, it's a storm waiting to break. The peaceful bubble of Lally and Heer's love bursts as reality crashes down hard. Heer's family tightens its grip, pushing her toward an arranged marriage with the son of a powerful politician. The weight of expectations, honor, and societal norms crushes her spirit, but her heart remains chained to Lally. One rainy evening, Lally sneaks out to meet Heer. Their secret rendezvous spot, a quiet rooftop overlooking the city, becomes the stage for raw emotions. Heer, tears streaming, tells Lally about the forced engagement, the threats, and her family's unyielding stance. Heer: "They want to cage me in a golden prison, Lally. But my heart beats only for you." Lally promises her he won't give up. But fate seems cruel. Soon after, the lover Singh's men find Lally and brutally beat him, leaving him bleeding on the streets. The news spreads, shaking the town. In the hospital, as Lally fights for recovery, Heer visits him secretly, their hands touching through the sterile hospital sheets. Their love, tested by pain and distance, grows stronger. But they both know their struggle is far from over. Heer's family increases the pressure. On the day of her engagement ceremony, Heer escapes, running to find Lally. The city lights blur as she searches for him in desperation, her heart pounding louder than her footsteps. They meet in a deserted park, under a blanket of stars. Their reunion is bittersweet, joy mixed with fear. They plan to run away together, to start fresh away from judgment and hatred. But betrayal lurks nearby. One of the lover's men spots them and alerts him. The police arrive. Lally is arrested for kidnapping. Heer is taken back home, her freedom stripped away. Behind bars, Lally's spirit remains unbroken. Heer, confined to her room, writes letters to him, pouring her soul into words. Their love becomes a lifeline, hope in darkness. The final showdown approaches, where love must either conquer all or surrender. The story reaches its climax as the battle between love and societal chains intensifies. Lally, imprisoned and bruised, holds on to hope with every beat of his heart. Heer, confined yet fearless, refuses to surrender her love or spirit. The lover Singh tightens his grip, vowing to crush any spark of rebellion. He pressures Heer to forget Lally, promising her wealth, status, and comfort in exchange for obedience. But Heer's heart is an unyielding fortress. She writes secret letters to Lally, filled with courage and plans for a future together. Outside the prison walls, Lally's friends and a few kind-hearted teachers rally to support him. They gather evidence of the lover's cruelty and corruption, preparing to challenge his power in court. The town slowly awakens to their love story, sympathizing with the young couple's plight. Meanwhile, Heer stages a bold escape during a family function. Disguised and determined, she runs into the arms of her waiting love. Their reunion is raw and emotional, a mixture of tears, laughter, and whispered promises. Together, they flee to a distant city, where no one knows their names or past. They find work, shelter, and a fragile peace. But even in freedom, the scars of their journey remain. They struggle with trust, fear, and the trauma inflicted by those who tried to tear them apart. Yet, their love endures. It grows stronger with each challenge, becoming a beacon of hope and resilience. In the end, Lover is not just a story of romance but a tale of courage. Of fighting for love against all odds.